Welcome everyone to today's practice. It's the first day of the year. Happy New Year. Let's bring our hands to heart center as we set our intention for the practice today. Just closing down the eyes, directing our focus inward, and then placing our hands gently on our knees as we sit tall, elongating the spine. Taking a big deep breath in and exhaling as we lean over to the right side. Breathing in, planting down on the left hand, bringing the right arm up and over. Inhaling, exhaling to the other side. Taking our gaze high, changing over. One more time to the right side. Breathing in and then exhaling to the left. Coming back to center. Taking our hands behind the bottom now. We're going to take a big deep breath in, taking our chest high, dropping our head backwards. And then hands to knees, rolling through in the opposite direction. Leaning back, opening the chest. And then curling the back in the other direction. One more time each way. And then coming back to neutral spine, sitting tall. Hands are going high, left hand's going behind, right hand to the knee. Inhaling, then exhaling, changing sides. Inhaling, exhaling as we twist the upper body. Taking our gaze over our back shoulder. One more time each side, creating some heat in our back. And then back to neutral spine. Taking the right leg over the left leg that's outstretched. Hugging the right knee in towards the chest, sitting tall, taking our gaze to the side. And then taking the right leg long, hugging the left knee towards the chest. Making sure we've got a beautiful elongation through the spine here as we take our gaze to the side. And then coming up onto our right knee, taking our left leg long. Coming over to our left knee, right leg long. Right arm comes up and overhead. Back to center, kneeling over to the other side, planting down through that right hand, raising up onto the right knee. Inhaling, exhaling. One more time each side, inhaling, exhaling as we come down. Feeling a beautiful stretch through the side of the body. And then coming onto all fours in our tabletop position, we're going to run through some cat-cows. So setting yourself up, making sure wrists are under shoulders, dropping the head back, and then exhaling through to cat. Dropping the stomach towards the mat into cow position, exhaling as we curve our spine towards the ceiling. One more time each way. Coming back to neutral spine. Taking the right arm long, left leg long, and then connecting the knee and the elbow under the body as we tuck them in underneath. 3 times. And then placing the hand back to earth. Left arm going long, right leg going long this time. And then knee to elbow 3 times. Staying connected with breath here. Neutral spine, tucking the toes, coming into downward facing dog. Taking the heels towards the floor, hips are high. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Taking our right leg long, Bending the leg and opening up the hips towards the ceiling. And then bringing the right foot through between the hands, untucking the left toe, coming into low lunge, raising our arms up above our head. Exhaling, planting the left hand down, rotating the right arm up towards the sky or tucking it behind your back. Bringing the right arm long again, connecting it back with the mat. Maybe placing the hands on top of the knees, we sink a little bit deeper into that pose. And then taking the left hand, grabbing the left foot and bringing the foot closer to the bottom as we get this beautiful stretch through our thigh. And then gently releasing that foot, bringing the hands back down to the mat, kicking the right knee back to meet the left, and then downward facing dog. This time the left leg will go long, bending the leg and opening the hips towards the sky. And then bringing the foot through to land between the hands. Dropping the right knee to the mat and untucking the toes. Breathing in as our hands go high above our head. Sinking deeper into the lunge. Right hand goes to the mat. Left hand goes long. Taking our gaze high. Tucking the left hand behind the back. Sinking the hips towards the mat a little bit deeper, maybe bringing the hands to the knees, and then right hand catches the right foot, pulls it closer to the bottom, stretching the other side, and then gently releasing, hands back to the mat, feet meet in downward facing dog. We're creating some pace today, some heat through our practice. Dropping to our knees, knees together, sitting on the heels of our feet as our forehead rests gently on the mat as we come into a closed-legged child's pose. Taking 3 deep rounds of breath here. Really feeling the rib cage expand as we pump the oxygen around the body. And then when you're ready, slowly coming out, coming into our V-sit hold. So the calves are parallel with the mat. Arms are long. We should have this beautiful V shape in the body from the shoulders to the hips to the knees. Just holding it for a moment, letting our abs have a little bit of a workout. And then slowly lowering the body down to the mat. Then coming into reverse pigeon, so the left ankle comes over the right knee. The fingers are interlaced behind the right thigh, pulling that leg towards the body, pushing the left knee away from the body. And then taking the right foot back to the mat, changing sides. Right ankle comes to the left knee. Pulling the right, or I should say pushing the right knee away from the body. Pulling the left leg towards the head. Flexing the feet. And then planting both feet back down on the mat. Pushing up through the heels now into bridge pose. Shoulders are connected, forearms are connected. Maybe interlacing the fingers underneath the body, pulling the shoulders away from the ears, getting a beautiful bicep stretch here as well, squeezing the glutes as we take the hips high. And then placing the hands beside the head, we're going to push up through the arms, taking our hips towards the ceiling, getting this beautiful back bend, pushing up through the heels, trying to take our gaze further under our body, just holding for a moment. And then slowly unraveling, bringing our body back towards the mat. Maybe tucking the knees in for a moment before we come into another inversion pose. Planting both feet down on the mat. And then taking our hands underneath the small of our back, taking the legs long towards the ceiling, pointing the toes, just letting the legs rest there for a moment, using our elbows and arms for support. And then with straight legs, taking the feet overhead towards the floor, and then slowly raising them back up. And do this 3 times, so slowly trying to get the legs parallel with the floor overhead. And then slowly raising the toes, pointing towards the sky. One more time, lowering down. And then on the last one, bending the legs, just pushing the body a little bit further. Maybe placing the forearms down on the mat. Heads between our knees. And then slowly supporting the back. So the legs come back high, and then bending the knees as we slowly lower the body down towards the mat. Taking the legs long as we come into our final resting pose. Shavasana. Letting the feet fall heavy to the side. Palms are face up. Moving the shoulders away from the head. Relaxing the feet, the calves, the knees, the thighs and the hamstrings. Relaxing the glutes, the abs, the chest, the shoulders. Relaxing the arms, the hands, the neck, the jaw, the forehead, just letting everything go. Just taking a moment here. And when you're ready, just find some movement in the body. If you want to stay a little bit longer in Shavasana, feel free to press pause on the video. Otherwise, rolling over to one side, coming into the seated position, sitting nice and tall, hands gently resting on our knees, closing down the eyes. Just thinking about the year ahead and all the amazing things that you're going to attract this year. As we bring our hands to our third eye in prayer position, may we have kind and loving thoughts. As we lower them to our lips, may we speak kind and loving words. As we lower our hands to our heart space, may we have kind and loving intentions, not just for ourselves this year, but for others. And may we go out there